Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Off-Farm Income Podcast. Thank you very much for joining us for episode number 783 here on our YouTube channel. Well, today we get to speak with a young man who is just beginning his journey in the FFA. We're going to be talking with Braydon DeCounter, who's coming to us from West Prairie High School in Scioto, Illinois. Really interesting interview talking about how he's diversifying and some very large goals that he set for himself. Let's get that started for you right now. Joining me today is Braydon DeCounter, and he is coming to us from West Prairie High School in Scioto, Illinois. Braydon, you can correct me on the pronunciation of that here in a minute. And he's going to be talking to us all about all of his diversified livestock and everything he is doing to begin out his FFA career in high school. Braydon, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you.
Hey, you bet.
Thank you.
You bet. How's Illinois treating you today?
It's kind of cold today, but hopefully it gets better.
Well, it will soon. If it's not today, it'll be soon, right?
Right.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on the show. I'd love to start off the show by just asking you a few questions just about you personally so we can kind of get to know who you are, and then we'll go from there. Would that be all right with you?
That's perfect with me.
Okay. Well, how old are you?
I'm 14 years old.
14. So you have just begun your high school career, is that right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, very good. And when you're not at school, when you're at home, are you on a farm, are you in town, or something kind of in the middle of those two?
I'm on my farm when I'm not at school.
Okay. So tell me about your farm. What kind of crops or what kind of animals are raised there? What do you do?
Right now I have my goats, my rabbits, and my chickens at my house right now.
Okay. And is that exclusively what's done on the farm, or are there row crops too, or other livestock that maybe your folks are involved in?
Well, once in a while we will grow some Brussels sprouts and carrots and some vegetables just to have for us to eat. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, on my farm, I just have my chickens, my rabbits, and my goats.
Got it. Okay, very good. And you've been in the FFA since 8th grade, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so you're able to start a little bit early at your school.
Yeah.
That is great. What brought you in? Why did you want to be a member?
What brought me to kind of be a member is my father. He's been an ag educator for around 13 years, more than that. And being just growing up around it, it's just kind of motivated me to be in the FFA.
Got it. So is he one of your FFA advisors then?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's his name?
His name is Sam DeCounter.
Okay. And then let's acknowledge your other FFA advisor as well. Who is that?
That is Miss Corinne Biswell.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Always love to acknowledge our FFA advisors. And really quick, Braydon, before we talk about your supervised agricultural experience, I want to make sure and mention a couple of my great sponsors. And everybody, I'm going to be talking about Lacrosse Footwear. You can find them at lacrossefootwear.com. I love talking about these guys. So thrilled to have them as a sponsor, but especially when I do my FFA interviews, Lacrosse Footwear is proud to support the FFA by annually sponsoring 15 scholarships along with 100 jackets as part of the Give the Gift of Blue program. Certainly am a big fan of any company that is supporting the FFA, and they just make absolutely great footwear. We use them every day on my farm, all around Idaho. We've used them for hunting, for hiking, even Christmas tree hunting, and we all wear the Alpha Range boots from Lacrosse, and they are definitely built to work as hard as you. So we hope you're slipping Lacrosse boots on your feet as well, everybody, and you can find them at lacrossefootwear.com. And then, of course, Powder River Livestock Handling Equipment. They have been with us for a long, long time now. What a great company, what great livestock handling equipment, developed out here in the West to handle some of the most crazy cattle you will find on Earth. And if they can handle those cattle, they can certainly handle yours as well. You can find them at powderriver.com. All right, Braydon, let's talk about your supervised agricultural experience. So what is it that you've been doing?
All right, since the age of when I was even born, I had my own little rabbit operation.
Okay.
So I have California and Dutch rabbits. I breed and raise those rabbits, and then I market them to people as well as show them. And then my other SAEs, I have a goat operation where I have 7 Boer Goats and 1 Boer buck, and I also breed and raise those, and then I also market them to other producers as well as show them. And then my last SAE that I have is my swine entrepreneurship. I buy local pigs from local producers, and then I also buy them from them, and then I show them and get them ready for shows.
Okay, interesting stuff. Now, you said since birth, so when you were born, there was a rabbit sitting right there.
Yes, ever since. Yeah, you can say that. But my dad, he's always been around the rabbits since he was also born. He actually used to catch wild rabbits, and he'd always do experiments with tame rabbits. He would breed them and see if the crossbreeding would see if the babies would live, but they didn't really live. So that's how it kind of started with his rabbit operation, and then it kind of came to mine, where I have the rabbit operation now.
Okay. Now, you talked about showing, and that's obvious how that works, but you also talked about marketing rabbits. So who are you selling rabbits to?
So I'm selling them to local producers and younger generations of 4-Hers. So when I kind of help the kids, I choose them with the Dutch rabbit. It's kind of like a smaller pet rabbits where they can get used to it. And then they start coming to the bigger rabbits like the California, which is a meat rabbit. And then they go on and they will market their rabbits. And then as like the older people, they want a rabbit for production, and they breed their rabbits, and then they also butcher them for meat purposes.
Okay. So the rabbits that you're raising, they're going both for food production and also for showing for other people.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So this is something you've been doing all along. How have you found your customers to sell your rabbits to?
I kind of just, they kind of find us first. We use our marketing on Facebook, and we kind of put out there that, hey, we've just got like champion rabbit. 1 year I got champion California rabbit at the Illinois State Fair, and then now everybody is starting to come to us looking for California rabbits for breeding and marketing purposes for them.
Yeah, winning at the state fair is really good marketing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
People want to win, so they look at yours and they go, we want one of those as well.
Yes, yes.
Very good. Now, when did you get involved with goats?
There's a guy, his name is Dave Stewin. He called me up and he said, hey, I have this bottle baby that is all grown up. She's a yearling right now, and I want you to take her for your 4-H purposes. So we went to his house, and we got my first ever Boer Goat.
Okay.
And now after her, I have expanded to 13 goats now.
Okay. So that's how you got started. You must have liked it, or you wouldn't have expanded to 13.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, and you've kept them all as Boers.
Yeah.
And so are you selling goats to, just like you're doing with the rabbits, you selling to other people who want to show goats?
Yeah.
Okay. So with the timing of your fair and everything that goes on where you're at in Illinois, when do you have to have your kids?
It usually just depends. Sometimes there's some goats that come late or their heat cycle is late. But when we have ours, we have them in November.
Okay. Interesting. So when is your, I guess, the people that are buying them from you, are they showing them at your local county fair?
Actually, they go to other county fairs and show them around the other county fairs.
Okay, so the timing then, it sounds like if they get to show at multiple different fairs, the timing isn't necessarily as important as it is like if you've got one fair in mind and you're shooting for like a target weight or something like that.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Okay, interesting. Now, do you have goats that just don't make the cut and they're not show worthy and you've got to figure out something to do with them as well?
Yeah, so we usually get a couple of those each and every year, but I choose to show those at county fair and kind of market them there for other producers to look at. There's some people that come and look at those goats specifically, and then they go and they take them for their production. Okay,
very interesting. Now, the pig thing you're doing is a little bit different, right? Okay, tell us about that.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
You just describe how the pig business works. I know you're not farrowing out pigs on your place, correct?
Right.
Okay, so tell us how this works.
So I go to local producers and I buy pigs that kind of meet my criteria. I want a sound, muscular hog that can look really good in the show ring. So I go to local producers and I find the one that just meets my eye. So usually I go from purebreds to crossbreds.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so you buy them and then do what with them?
So I buy them and then I exercise them daily and I feed them and wash them daily so that I can get them ready for show.
And then are you showing them yourself or are you selling them to other people to show?
Me and my brother actually show them at county and state level shows.
Okay, interesting. So you had a lot going on with the rabbits, then you added the goats to it, and now pigs. So why did you want to add pigs as well?
So my mother, she had her own swine SAE when she was growing up.
Okay.
And I knew that she just loved pigs. And I knew that when growing up with other animals, I wanted to add something to my own SAE so I can improve my knowledge on the animal industry.
Mm-hmm. So you're learning about as much as you can, raising all these different animals. Interesting. So here you are. You're 14, so you're just starting in high school. This is your second year of FFA because of your middle school chapter, and you've got your mom who was in the FFA. She had her own SAE project. Your dad, who's an FFA advisor. So tell me about your vision for the next 3 years of high school as you go on to your sophomore, junior, and senior years. What do you want? What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to have happen in terms of your FFA involvement?
So for that, I kind of just, right now I'm working on the Creek speaking. As my mother, she was also a Creek speaker. Okay. And only for her just to make it to districts, I kind of want to surpass her and hopefully go to state and then national.
Okay.
And then also with my SAE project, I hopefully want to be a national winner with that.
Oh, very cool. So you've got some high goals. You want to you want to get up to that national stage. And are you after being like a star farmer? Are you after being national proficiency? What are you thinking when you look at that national stage?
It kind of just depends. Some days I want to be diversified national winner for livestock, and then some days I want to be a star discovery farmer or national. So it just kind of depends on the day, but hopefully I want to be the national star discovery farmer.
Very cool. Well, that would be an interesting bookend to your FFA career because you won that award as an 8th grader, right? Which was the star discovery farmer. Is that the title of it?
Yes.
Tell us. That's the first time I've heard that. What does that mean coming from Illinois?
It's kind of just 8th graders, 7th and 8th graders involved. It's like a regular record book interview. You go in and talk with the judges, and then you just see how you did and to see if you won. And it's kind of just like the Star Discovery Farmer. If you were a senior or junior in high school, it's the same thing, but for Discovery members.
Very cool. Now, here you are as a freshman in high school. Do you have any idea what you might like to do for a living when you're done with high school, or is it too soon to ask you that?
It's actually not, because I've already planned this out. So after high school, I plan to go to Lincoln Land College and pursue an agriculture education as well as be on the livestock judging team. And then after that, I plan to go to OSU or WIU to also further my education, agriculture education, and also be on their livestock judging teams. Okay.
OSU and WIU, is that what you said?
Yes.
Which two colleges are those?
So OSU is Oklahoma State University,
okay.
And then WIU is actually in Macomb, Illinois, right by Fiota, and it's Western Illinois University.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Tell me how Oklahoma State got on your list. I mean, you're all the way up in Illinois. How did that get on your radar?
So Oklahoma State University actually wasn't on my mind in the beginning. I heard my friend, she was talking about going there, so for her to go on the livestock judging team. So we kind of talked about it, and since me and her are livestock kids, we kind of both wanted to go there. And I also saw them at the National FFA conference, and then they were there, and we talked to them, and they just seemed like nice people. So I kind of decided I kind of want to go there at WIU. Okay,
very cool. Well, Braydon, I want to ask you, you obviously have a ton of energy, a ton of enthusiasm, but you've got big goals already as a freshman in high school. What advice would you have for other students out there who might be coming behind you and getting started in high school in terms of setting those goals?
For them, I would say start off with something small, such as me. I started off with just one rabbit, and then it turned out to having more than one rabbit. So I'd say start off with one thing and then just start diversifying yourself. Do your research before you get new animals, or even just do your research on the FFA to see what you want to do in that career.
Awesome. Great advice. Braydon, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure getting to meet you and to speak with you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the Off-Farm Income Podcast. As always, enjoy your journey to the ultimate lifestyle business, agriculture.